So you're thinking about moving to Tradition in Port St Lucie? In this video, I'm going to go over the good and the bad, the pros and the cons, and the reasons why I love Tradition itself here in Port St Lucie. Now here I am. I'm near the heart of, it's called Town Square here in Tradition. It's over here in the background. I'll show you some footage of that right here. So Tradition is a wonderful community. Look at this park that I'm walking through. Look at this view. Listen to those fountains. There's a town hall back there in the background. So there are a lot of pros, and in my mind, not too many cons to living in Tradition. If you're new to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Tradition or Port St Lucie or the Treasure Coast of Florida, then subscribe down below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the market changes here in the Treasure Coast of Florida. My name is Jacob at the Kais Company, and we get calls every day from people just like you looking to relocate here to the Treasure Coast. Whether you're moving next week, next month, or next year, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to help make your transition here to the Treasure Coast go as smooth as possible. So here we are in Tradition. Look at this beautiful view of the fountains, the park. Let me circle around and give you all the full 360 here. So this is a beautiful community. It was very well thought out, very well planned, and that is why people love living here in Tradition. So going for, I guess, pro number one, this community is very well thought out, very well planned. Everything you really need is here in Tradition. You know, there's, I don't know if you can see it way back in the background, that tall white building, that is Tradition Medical Center or Cleveland Clinic Tradition. There's your hospital. There's other healthcare here. There's pediatricians and primary care and everything you really need here. There are restaurants here. There is a Publix here for grocery shopping. There are a lot of parks like this one, you know, scattered throughout Tradition. There are good restaurants. There are lots of things to do. Very well thought out community. So if you work from home, you really never need to leave Tradition. And I'm walking to this gazebo real quick, shield my eyes from the sun. And then pro number two, if you're looking for an active social community, this is it. You know, there are events, and I'll show you here Tradition a little bit. Tradition's back there, or the town square is there behind me. If you're looking for things to do, there are farmers markets almost every weekend. There are lots of events going on. This is a very social, very active community. There's always people out walking, always people out running, always people at the park. There's a little splash pad. There's lots of parks. They're actually building, and I'll show you a little bit later, talking about it a little bit later, they're building the largest heart structure in the world here in Tradition. So they're really developing the arts here too. This community is a great community. But at the same time, we're going to go into a con with that. There's a lot of people who come here for the farmers markets and the events. You know, I've been to a Governor DeSantis rally over here in Tradition Square. There is not a whole lot of parking for everyone that comes to these events. So, you know, if you live here and you need to go to Publix, or you're coming here to an event, you know, all these businesses put up these signs like no event parking, even though people still kind of park there. The parking just fills up. It gets a little bit crazy. So as well designed as it is, there is not quite enough parking spaces. They focus more of their, you know, their attention towards these parks and these activities and businesses, which I actually prefer, because I like having all those businesses when there's not an event going on. So Tradition has all these amenities, all these things to offer. So what's the cost of moving here to Tradition? You know, another pro, you know, houses here really start about the 400s, and then they go up as high as you really kind of want. They kind of cap out around $800,000 to $900,000, with most of the homes being between the $400,000 to $600,000 price point here. You know, that's really not a whole lot of price point for everything that tradition has to offer, because there is so much here to do. But a con with that, because this is a planned development, planned community, all these communities here are HOA communities, you are going to have a pretty steep HOA bill with these homes here. And when I say steep, I'm not saying like $100, $200. Like it's upper $300s to low $400 price range, depending which HOA you're going into. And you think, oh wow, that's a really big bill. And yeah, it does sound kind of big, but at the same time, this HOA bill covers more than your typical HOA. You know, depending which neighborhood you're in, they all pretty much cover a fitness center and clubhouse. They all kind of cover the pool that goes with that. But they also going to cover your alarm system. You know, it's going to cover your irrigating water. It's going to cover your high-speed internet, which me alone, I spend over $100 a month on my high-speed internet alone. So, you know, it's really not a bad, when you think of it, you're going to pay for these things anyways, but for these communities, they're provided to you just in that one HOA bundle, which is really nice. And you also have a man gate at the guard. You have, you know, the gated communities for these HOA communities. It's really not a bad deal when you go in to look at it. All right. However, on the flip side of that HOA bill really covering everything, there are also some kind of additional fees that you pay for living here in Tradition too. There's a CDD, a Community Development District fee. Basically what this is, and this is kind of grouped in with your taxes. So it is a fee that covers, you know, the different things that the community provides. Like I said, it is a planned community. It's very well thought out, a lot of things to do. So there's kind of a fee to help pick up with that. And this changes from year to year. You know, if there's a surplus for your district that you're living in, for your neighborhood that you're living in, you might not have to pay anything. Or if they've really had to shell out a lot of money for different things, you may have to pay a little bit more that year. You know, so you range from nothing to maybe, you know, $300, $400, $500 in a year, which still really isn't that bad considering everything that the area has to offer and to give you. And then in addition to the CDD fee that you have to pay, in addition to the HOA fee, when you first buy the house, you are also going to pay some additional fees for Tradition and for your neighborhood and, you know, for the builder and all that stuff. So there are some kind of hidden fees there when you buy the house, but that's really when you first buy it. So you're not going to see that every year. Just that additional. It'll seem like your closing costs might be just a little bit higher there in the beginning. But another pro of the area, you know, I've talked about the parks. You know, and I briefly mentioned it earlier, but they are building the largest heart sculpture in the world. I believe it's 72 feet tall. It's going to have a glass bridge that goes in between the middle there. So you can walk across it, you can climb up there, walk across it. And they're planning on this to bring a lot of love. There's already a really good community feel here in the area, but a better community feel, greater love for the community, and bring a lot of tourism, not just to like the beaches that we usually get the tourism to, but bring some tourism here to Tradition itself, because we are set off, you know, it's probably 30, 35 minutes to the nearest beach from here. It's a little bit further from the beaches. So this is going to bring some tourism to the area, bring some money to the area. And they are planning for a lot of proposals to happen here on this heart, you know, in that little bridge thing. So I'm excited to see how that kind of pans out. And then they're also building this Stars and Stripes park that is beautiful looking. It's got some really good quotes on there on the star, you know, and this is, you know, really good park, especially for supporting our law enforcement and emergency responders, and really just good patriotic feel for the community as well. Like I said, the community aspect here in Tradition is really important, and they really want people to have that community feel that community love for them, because this really is a great place to live. Now, on the flip side, the last pro I'm going to talk about today, there is really poor, I'm going to walk out here to the middle of the park. There is really poor cell phone service here in Tradition. You know, depending which neighborhood you're going to, sometimes it's hit or miss. My wife was, I think she was at Target or somewhere. She's trying to video call me or trying to send me a picture. She said, oh, should we get this for the house? And the text wouldn't go through, the video chat wouldn't go through. And we've had Verizon, we're on AT&T now. We've kind of tried all the the companies out. It's kind of a problem in the Treasure Coast in general, maybe just in Florida in general. But there's no cell phone tower really anywhere near here. So there's really poor cell phone service. But at the same time, it's still just, it's kind of a minor thing because you're going to have Wi-Fi anywhere you go. And that Wi-Fi will get you anything you need. And the cell phone service is enough to get a call through. There's sometimes scrolling the web or, you know, video chatting or something like that might not work as well. But look here, this beautiful square. So this is really the heart of tradition right here. But if you have any other questions, or please leave a comment down below if you think I missed something, or if there's something you want to know more about tradition. Please leave a comment down below. I love to hear your feedback. I love hearing back from y'all, and then I can, you know, kind of let you know more, and if I need to make a new video about tradition, kind of exploring some of the other HOA neighborhoods in here, let me know, and I'll do that for you. Thank you for watching.